The novel, That Long Silence, derives its title from a speech made by Elizabeth Robbins to the Winnipeg Women's Soccer League in 1907. A part of the speech forms the epigraph of the novel. It says, "If I were a man and cared to know the world I lived in, I almost think I would make a shade it would make me a shade uneasy, the weight of that long silence of one half of the world." The phrase, that long silence, in the third line becomes the base of the novel. The phrase in the novel's title refers to the silence of the main character, Jaya Kulkarni, who maintains silence throughout her life. In the present novel, Deshpande critically analyzes the institution of marriage in the modern context. She reflects upon the situations and circumstances in which a woman lives entangled between the powerful currents of tradition and patriarchy, of terror and suppression. Deshpande illustrates this concept through the character of Jaya, the female protagonist, who has internalized the image of deprived femininity that constantly hinders her growth towards betterment. Jaya represents those Indian women who want to break the barrier of long silence created around them by male hegemony. Deshpande seems to question the established traditional norms and assertively points out the woman's need for self expression. That long silence is a story of Jaya, an educated middle class girl whose name symbolizes victory. She finds herself restricted to her married life. Jaya's husband Mohan is an engineer who cares for money, status, and material comforts. This novel portrays the conflict in the mind of Jaya, who is a writer as well as a housewife. For 17 years, Jaya manages to suppress her creative ability, her feelings. She thinks that it's more important to be an ideal wife than a good writer. Perhaps she could have been in prolonged slumber and in the shadow of her husband if there wasn't the jolt for her family. The husband is accused of a shady deal, being corrupt and unethical. An inquiry is instituted against him. Mohan is quite sure that his wife will help him out in all circumstances, no matter whether he is right or wrong. On the other hand, Deshpande has presented the inner world of Jaya's consciousness that reflects her problems and predicament. She has dealt with the agony of women in the traditional society of India. Deshpande, through Jaya, seems to say that self realization is a method of asserting an individuality that is often neglected and denied in a woman's life. Jaya says self revelation is a cruel process. The real picture, the real you, never emerges. Looking for it as bewildering as trying to know how you really look. 10 different mirrors show you 10 different faces. At the time of crisis, Jaya and her husband get shifted to the Dadar flat temporarily. During this time, Jaya goes into an intense introspection of her life and gets lost in the images of those experiences which she witnessed during her married life. After 17 years of playing out her many faceted roles of a loyal wife and tireless mother, the silence becomes deafening. The haunting memories of her bitter experiences with Mohan bring disappointment in her life. Jaya appears to be a satisfied housewife who is married to an apparently caring man, but internally she feels a void in her life. Her normal routine gets disturbed when they come to a new flat. At this point of change, Jaya looks into herself and tries to find her own identity. She doesn't want to be like Mohan's mother and sister who always compromised, but still she has to submit to Mohan's likes and dislikes as she has been told not to disobey her husband. Now she feels as a stereotyped housewife who is nervous, incompetent, needing male help and support. In presenting women's point of view, Deshpande is mainly interested in the clash of tradition and modernity. Her young heroines or minor characters rebel against the traditional way of life, its rituals, ceremonies, and patriarchal values. Jaya belongs to those women who are caught between tradition and modernity. Though she is exposed to liberal Western ideas, but she finds Indian tradition and culture as part of her life. Women like Indu, Jaya, Sarita, and Sumi perceive the structuring of men and women in gendered roles, restricting their human potentiality and fullness, while minor characters like Jija, Naina, Kamath perform their roles of shaping the protagonist's mentality. Her aunt, Vanita Mami, tells her before her wedding, "Remember, Jaya, a husband lives like a sheltering tree. Keep the tree alive and flourishing, even if you have to water it with deceit and lies." Vanita Mami's long suffering role of a martyred wife prompts Jaya once before her marriage to think that possibly she too had been similarly counseled as a bride. If your husband has a mistress or two, ignore it. She marries Mohan not out of choice but out of convenience. He is from the same caste, decent, good looking, and has a good job. Jaya has no reason to reject him. She says, "And if there had been no reason why I should have married Mohan, there had been no reason to reject him either." Initially, Jaya used to romanticize love, but later circumstances make her look at marriage as a typical Indian woman, suppresses her wishes and anger at every stage of life. She tries her best to conform to the role of an ideal wife. Jaya has a creative ability. In the beginning, she gets support of her husband. In fact, he encourages her to write good articles for various papers and magazines. On his advice, she starts writing light, humorous pieces about the travails of a middle class housewife. She doesn't like the kind of writing she is doing. However, she keeps writing in order to make him happy. Jaya is an intense thinker who wants to write about real life experiences. She gets a prize for one of her stories, but the problem is that she has received a prize for a story that hurts Mohan's sentiments. He, who earlier used to applaud her for her writings and used to be proud, is now insecure and intolerant for a particular story written by Jaya. The story has the story that has created a rift between Jaya and Mohan is about a couple, a man who cannot reach out to his wife except through her body.